Instead, the cost structure of distribution of the dealers, or the network of dealers, is completely different. So we have a strong confrontation between the car manufacturer and their specific dealer network, because dealer would prefer sold the right number of cars, not to to push to sell car very much, because they can push sales only through discounts to the customer. So these are reduced. We don't have the time to explain all the aspects, but this is an element that remember us that the distribution is a very important step in order to be efficient in the automobile industry. Third aspect, main changes in automotive demand. Well, this is a curve, a Gompertz curve, a logistic curve that explain the motorization process. Traditionally, we measure the process of motorization counting the cars circulating in a country for 1,000 inhabitants. In Italy, for example, at the left side, in 1960, in Italy, there were about 50 cars circulating in the country for each 1,000 inhabitants. With the evolution in the 60s, started the mass motorization process in Italy, so the number of cars circulating has growth very, very rapidly during the years 70s and 80s. So at the moment, USA, for example, has 813 light vehicle circulating in USA for 1,000 inhabitants. Italy 673, Germany 597, and so on. So the yellow parts of countries are in the last oval at the right hand. Poland and South Korea, for example, is in the middle of the Gompertz curve. Brazil, China, India is in the growing oval of the market. So we have to consider that each step means some competitive aspects and some element to keep in count for sales car. I try to explain this curve. This is a Gaussian distribution of families in Italy. In Italy, in 1960, the customer were located in the right triangle you can see. Families with a car in 60s. So the market was a little market and very homogeneous, because most part of the customer were members of affluent families. With the process of motorization, after new slice of the Gaussian curve became car owners, and we realized many deep changes in the attitude of the customer. In 2006, 95% of families in Italy has one car, and 43% owns two or more cars. This means, for example, that this 43% like differentiation of products, like new products, want new aspects in car. The first car is maybe a sedan, a saloon car. The second is a city car. Maybe the third is a sport utility vehicle, a SUV, and so on. And this means that the market works in very specific way. Here we have in West Europe the average growth ratio in the decades. It's decades. In 50s and 60s, for example, the car park growth was extremely high, and more than 18%. Nowadays, the ratio of growth is very lower. The same happens to the registration, the new car registration. During the 70s, we have the first oil shock, and this, of course, reduced a lot the growing of registration. After that, the market regained some field, but now we are going towards a steady state of the market.